Today's shout out goes to Carey Driver. Thank you, Carey. Tatyova Benthic Druid versus Najeela the Bladeblossom with a very good hand, I think, by the looks of it. Yeah, we've got all of our colours. We are on the draw as well. I think it's just a case of trying to make use of the scape shift, ramp into Primeval Titan. I don't use all the same lands matter combos in all of my lands matter decks just as an attempt to give some variance between them all, so I don't even know what's in this deck, to be honest. It's been a while since I've played it. We'll be able to get out our lands matter combos with either Prime Time or Scape Shift though. Alright, I'll hammer its archive. We will start things off with Simic Signet after the Mana Crypt, obviously, and then we'll go in for Prismatic Vista. I'm not sure which land I want to get with that yet, probably a forest. A Path of Ancestry for our opponent, which will allow them to scry whenever they cast a warrior. You have to assume that there's lots of warriors in the Najeela deck. Alright, an island there for us, so maybe should have held on to Prismatic Vista for after our commander comes down, because we could have gotten some more life and a card draw from that, but not to worry. Something tells me we're going to be drawing more than enough cards this game. Get a forest down with that and we'll go in for the Tatyova. And our opponent follows suit by getting their Najeela into play. They will go for a scry. Scrying thanks to the Path of Ancestry. And then it's back round to our turn. We'll see if we take a Lightning Bolt. We do not. Alright, Zendikar Resurgence. Maybe we just... we have to go in for Prime Time here, don't we? Go back up to 30 on the Flooded Grove. Then we'll go in for the Primeval Titan. And we'll refresh my memory as to which lands we've got in the deck. Okay, so there's no Dark Depths or anything like that. I think this is just... a Boro is good. I think it's just Gaia's Cradle and Field then, isn't it? So let's go for Field and the Gaia's Cradle. And then we draw a card from each of those. Get into another fetch. And a Sakura Tribe Elder. Doubt our opponent will want to trade us, but we'll swing in at them. And they do not want to trade. If Najeela wants to do anything, it's turn sideways, but they'll have to turn sideways into a 6/6 Primeval Titan. They might have removal here, so might not have been the best idea to offer up the trade with Tatyova. Which warrior is that? That is... okay, that's a partner one. I don't know if they have the partner. This is a 5-colour deck, so they could run any creature they like, really. And they can make a warrior for 3 mana. They get a scry, thanks to the Path of Ancestry again. In my experience with Najeela, you want to run as many cheap warriors as you possibly can. That's obviously a quite expensive one for 1 versus 1. But they do fish out the partner, which is Blaring Captain. And that gives an Anthem effect to warriors when it attacks. Win the flip again with Mana Crypt, so being really lucky this game. Let's go for the Polluted Delta. We'll grab the Tropical Island. And there's a Nissa Vital Force. Yeah, maybe we just get down the mana doubler this turn. But going for the Tropical Island first of all. And we draw into Nissa. Yeah, let's go for the mana doubler like I said. Zendikar Resurgent, and then what to do after that? Gaia's Cradle will tap for 3 and that's 4, so yeah, let's just swing in first of all. Again, I doubt they're going to block the Primeval Titan, but it's fine with me. If they do, they'll lose both of their creatures, and this time I think it has to be Vesuva, and we'll take... there's nothing else with regards to combos or anything, so let's just take the Reliquary Tower. And Vesuva can come down as a copy of Field, and that will trigger Field 4 times. 2 per Field of the Dead that we've got, because 2 lands entered. And we draw a couple of cards with Tatyova as well. Now let's see if they block. Our Gaia's Cradle will tap down for 7 mana currently. They do not block, so just taking a hit for 6. Might be that our opponent gets some kind of infinite combo off on us next turn with their 5 colours, but we'll see. Let's go for 3 visits. Go for the Dryad Arbor, which gets us a card draw, a life, and another couple of zombies. Alright, there's a Burgeoning as well. I think I would rather go for Nissa, Vital Force. And we'll untap a land as a 5/5. Just go for a forest. And then let's tap that down. That generates 2 mana. Then put a mana into the Flooded Grove. Takes us up to 4. We'll go Sakura Tribe Elder, Birds of Paradise, and Burgeoning, I think. Oh, and creature will draw us even more, thanks to the Zendikar Resurgent. Go for the Birds of Paradise, which is obviously another creature, draw us another card, and then finish things off with the Burgeoning. And that is us done. So showing exactly why Primeval Titan is banned. It's not banned in 1v1 for any of you that are wondering, but showing exactly why it's banned in multiplayer. Yeah, our opponent did the right thing and drew into their next card. You never know, they might have been able to get a combo win off, like I said. But yeah, I don't think so. I think they would have to have the combo pieces in play and have 5 colours of mana up, and then be able to just go off from there. But doing the right thing anyway, they might have been able to get into a board white, but even then, I think we had them there. Not a particularly fair game, thanks to Prime Time and the fast mana. So let's try another one. This time up against Vilis, Broker of Blood, and this time no fast mana for us, no ramp whatsoever. In fact, we've got all of our expensive stuff in hand. So let's go for a mulligan in an attempt to get some ramp. Alright, well, there's a Brainstorm. We'll keep that. We can go... what do we want? We'll get rid of Dig Through Time. We're on the draw, luckily, so we'll get up to 7 cards. Our opponent just starts things off with a swamp. We'll go for the forest into exploration, and that's enough to call it a day for them. Alright, let's try again. How quickly... Oh, Ruric Thar, that's pretty scary. How quickly can we get into our commander? Not quickly enough, I don't think, with that hand. If we were on the play, I might actually try that, but we're not, so let's get rid of that. Oh well, that's not particularly good either, but we'll keep anyway. Let's get rid of the Waterlogged Grove, and it is a tap cycling land for our opponent. We do not have a fetch yet for that Crucible of Worlds, but there's every chance we'll draw into it. Got all the fetches in this deck, I think. Go for Birds of Paradise anyway on turn 1. Okay, crop rotation for us now. Maybe we take that into... Yeah, maybe we get rid of a forest and go in for Ancient Tomb or something like that. Or we could just go Crucible of Worlds this turn, crop rotate into a fetch, and then we've got lands to make every turn. Yeah, I think I'd rather go Ancient Tomb, to be honest. A Rogue's Passage from our opponent, which will be a really tricky thing to deal with later on. We've got Tech Edge, thankfully. And then we'll be able to play the Tech Edge with Crucible of Worlds, so we shouldn't really have to worry about Rogue's Passage all that much. Alright, a Cultivate from our opponent, the first spell that they've cast this game. Does put them ahead a turn though, so we're probably seeing the Ruric Thar a turn early at the very least. We'll keep an eye on the forest that they grabbed. It looks like their basics match, but you never know. Lots of people don't play matching basics. We'll go for sacrificing the forest, grab ourselves an Ancient Tomb, and then we just have to hope that there's no removal for the Tatyova, because we are going to go for that this turn. Immediately get into another forest. We could just go for Crucible of Worlds. Yeah, let's be greedy and go for the Tatyova here. Really want to play Tatyova and then at least play a land. There's every chance that they've got the burn to get rid of Tatyova, but you wouldn't have thought they'd play too much burn in Ruric Thar, maybe a Flametongue Karvu or something like that. They played the same forest that they grabbed, and now going in for a 5 mana. Nikya of the Old Ways, that's a really good one for Ruric Thar. Mana double it on a 5/5, but they can't cast non-creature spells. You'd assume they don't want to anyway in a Ruric Thar deck. Let's go for the... I think we have to go for Tech Edge and get rid of the Rogue's Passage. That puts them down a mana, but it also gets rid of the Rogue's Passage, which we want to do anyway. Okay, and then a Thought Vessel. So do we go... I think we go Thought Vessel here, don't we? And then we can get out the Crucible of Worlds as well, just for the sake of using our mana very efficiently. We want to be able to make multiple land drops a turn, preferably, but anyway, we'll go after the Rogue's Passage and hope that they don't scoop to that. Then past the turn, we're likely going to get hit for 5 by Nikya, but I'm thinking we'll be able to gain enough life to offset that. Okay, Myriad Landscape. Their mana's doubled up here, don't forget, so they've got 8 mana available to them. There should be all sorts that they'll be able to do. It's Ruric Thar, as we thought. At least the Rogue's Passage has been dealt with, so they won't be able to sneak commander damage through to us. This thing, surprisingly, doesn't have Trample. It has Vigilance and Reach. And surprisingly as well, not going in for Nikya. We get Command Beacon. How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One away from the Avenger. Maybe shouldn't have gone for getting rid of the Rogue's Passage. Anyway, let's go for a Forest. And we'll gain a life. Okay, and then there's a Green Sun Zenith. Is it 6 life we take to this? Yep, 6 damage. So if we go for Cyclonic Rift and Green Sun Zenith, that's 12 damage. We can go Green Sun Zenith for the, what is it called? Prime Speaker Zagana. I suppose an intelligent play would be to go for the Primeval Titan into Field of the Dead again, but we're a few lands away from triggering that, and also it's same old, isn't it? Let's go for something a little bit different. X is 5 for the Prophet of Kruphix. Take a hit for 6 from Ruric Thar. Again, should really be going for the Primeval Titan, but seem to always run Primeval Titan with the Lands Matter decks because it's an obvious include. Probably the best card in the deck. So there we are, get down the Prophet, and then we'll see if they want to swing in with their creatures next turn. I think I might take a hit for 11, and then just Cyclonic Rift the Ruric Thar. Force them to recast it. Okay, they're going in for a spell before combat here. We'll see what they go for. We might be able to get some kind of 2-for-1 here. Alright, whenever another creature you control attacks, it gains Trample and Indestructible. We were going to take the hit anyway. Let's go for... We can't overload Cyclonic Rift, can we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. No, we can't. Let's just go for Rift onto the Ruric Thar. Make them recast that next turn. So taking a hit for 6 there. Nikya will be able to hit us for 5. They didn't swing in with it last time for some reason, so I'm assuming they'd swing in with it here. It will gain... It's indestructible as well, isn't it? Yeah, Trample and Indestructible. Yeah, turning it in sideways this time. We need to start gaining life quickly, because Avenger of Zendikar isn't going to help us with Trample. And then we get that Dig Through Time again. Let's go for the Avenger. And we can do Dig Through Time in response to our opponent's Ruric Thar. Don't actually get that many plant tokens, but we'll go for the Flooded Grove. Might draw into a really good card here. We can block at least a little bit of damage from the Nikya. In fact, we can actually gang up on it if we want to not take any damage, but we won't be able to destroy that because it will be indestructible when it swings in, as will this. So I don't really see what we can do here. Try and get something with Dig Through Time. Well, this is exactly why we should have gone for Primeval Titan. Our opponent going for the Ruric Thar, so we'll make double blue off of this. Don't want to take any more damage than we have to. We'll have to get rid of all the cards out of our graveyard and then pay a further 3. Yeah, so let's just go like that. we'll have to go down to 6 life. Alright, there's an Oko. We've got Mana Crypt, Azusa, a little bit too late. Beast Within, we don't have the mana for. Yeah, so it'll just have to be Solemn and Azusa, I think, and neither of those help us, I don't think. Yeah, I think our opponent's got us here. Although we could always go for Oko. Yeah, maybe we have to go for Azusa to make the 2 lands, gain enough life, and then go for Oko to get rid of the indestructible trample enabler. Yeah, we'll just do that. Go for Oko and Azusa. We'll have to hope Ruric doesn't get haste this turn. They are going in with not both, surprisingly. Alright, well that's fine with me, that makes things really easy. So let's just block with the... We'll block with the plants. No we won't. I'm going to block with Profit because, yeah, the plants can get bigger. So let's just block like that so that they don't deal any damage to us. Should have turned this sideways as well, really. So we lose Profit of Krufix, we lose a plant token, but we'll make the plants bigger by a couple of points this turn. Maybe more than that with an Exploration, although we can't cast that, can we? Let's go for Azusa first. Yeah, having a shock land in hand isn't the best. Yeah, I think we'll have to take damage with Ancient Tomb. Although that doesn't make much sense either, does it? Yeah, our opponent's got us pretty good here. Let's just go for the Azusa. See what we draw with Command Beacon. Command Beacon puts a plus counter onto each of our plants. Okay, Reality Shift is another means of dealing damage to our opponent. We could really do with the fairy that steals a creature away from our opponent. Yeah, so let's go for Oko. That will deal 6 points of damage to us, but we'll be able to get rid of their Ruric Thar. Maybe we have to get rid of the Chieftain first. In fact, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? Because they can't trample through our plants that way. So let's plus on Oko. Get rid of the Trample Enabler. Turn it into a 3/3 with no abilities. Then play the Breeding Pool. We are forced to play it in tapped. We gain a life with Tatyova. More plus counters on the plants. Hopefully we can chump their creatures next turn. But we're really treading water here. Haven't had the best draws. Bane of Progress is not likely to do anything this game. We could try and gain some life with some food tokens at some point if we manage to survive that long. Obviously not going to swing anything in. We want to leave back as many blockers as we can. And they can go for the Myriad Landscape here. Let's see if they remember to do that. They do not. They could have gotten another couple of basics into play there. Maybe they want the colourless mana for something. Alright, a Fierce Empath might get them into something really good that can get rid of our stuff. What's that dragon called? The dragon that can swing in and remove something with a certain CMC. The one from Scars. No, they went for a Woodfall Primus, which allows them to get rid of Oko. I think they can play that here, can't they? 2, 4, 6, and 8. So we're not going to be able to deal with Ruric Thar, unfortunately. And that's another trample creature that we have to deal with now. So Eternal Witness would be useful. They do target the Oko. Now they're swinging in with Nikia and Ruric Thar. I think I would quite like... yeah, if we block like this with the plants, they can only kill off one plant. And then maybe we gang up on Ruric Thar as well. Yeah, I imagine they kill off our Tatyova here if we block like that. So we'll probably keep a plant token. Then we can make use of the Command Beacon. Get kind of like double duty off of that. It'll grab our Tatyova out of the command zone. It'll also allow us to make a land next turn because we don't currently have a land drop to make. So getting rid of 2 creatures here, hopefully. Yep, so we get rid of their 2 creatures there. We'll say yes to Tatyova into the command zone. She needs to be in the command zone for Command Beacon to work. Ruric Thar gets sent back there as well. We've still got a 6/6 Trampler to deal with, but we've at least got our Avenger of Zendikar in play still. And we can actually exile that with Reality Shift, so... we're not out of the woods yet, but we've certainly got an uphill battle going on. Let's see... Yeah, we go for the Sacrifice on the Command Beacon, and then we play Tatyova. Then we get into a scavenger grounds as well, so we've got a couple of lands to make there. We'll go for the command beacon first. Plus counter on our stuff, gain a life and draw. Okay, reliquary tower. I think scavenger grounds is going to be more useful to us, so we'll get that down, which will of course draw us another card. Okay, Green Sun Zenith again. That does shuffle into your library when you cast it, so we might have to go for the prime time after all. Yeah, let's drop the reliquary tower. Oh yeah, of course, we've got another land drop with the reliquary tower. We could go for exploration if we draw into another land, and that would allow another land drop for us. Okay, so forest is kind of free here. I do want to go for reality shift. Let's get down the exploration while we've got a chance. If we get into a fetch, we'll be able to really ramp out and it won't cost us any life. If Tatyova stays in play anyway. Drop the forest. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we can get down the Primeval Titan. And then that can trade with the Woodfall Primus if needs be. I think we just have to go for Green Sun Zenith now. So relying on the old Field of the Dead after all. Well, at least we gave our opponent a chance to do something about all this. Didn't just go for it straight away. So there we go, choose the prime time. And maybe we just go for field and a fetch. Yeah, let's... Is it Windswept Heath? No, it isn't. What is it called? Misty Rainforest is the one we want. So making some big plant tokens that should be able to block nicely. And giving our opponent a problem with the Primeval Titan, as well as all the zombies that they're going to have to deal with soon enough. And with the current board, we'll be able to make 3 with Azusa, 4 lands a turn. And there's an Acidic Slime, which can... Yeah, they don't have as much mana anymore. I don't even know if they can afford their Ruric Thar now, thanks to us taking their mana doubler away. Hopefully they don't have Eternal Witness in hand. But even if they do, it'll cost them an entire turn to go Eternal Witness into Nikya. Yeah, and even then they can't afford both Nikya and Eternal Witness in one turn. Alright, Acidic Slime probably goes after field. We've got Crucible, so not really all that worried about that. We'll probably just chump enough damage with the Woodfall Primus to not kill it so that we keep our Crucible of Worlds in play. No, going after exploration, alright, so that's still 3 lands we can make a turn. We'll make another one with Wood Elves. Swinging in with the 6/6. So I think maybe it's time to give up on Avenger of Zendikar. We've got the 9/10 plants now. Don't think they need to be any bigger than that, so we'll just take 1 from the Woodfall Primus, because I wouldn't mind exiling that next turn, like I said. Okay, and we managed to survive another turn. A Soul Ring for us, let's just get that into play before Ruric Thar comes down. We'll crack the Misty Rainforest, grab a... We don't have Tropical Island, do we? So let's grab that first. Oh, and our opponent scoops. Wow, really? What a shame. Alright, sorry about that, but I'm having the greatest difficulty getting into Tatyova games, so yeah. The game was just about to come to some form of conclusion there. Our opponent may well have been able to get us with some kind of burn effect. Yeah, burn effect on a creature, some kind of hasty flyer or something like that. Obviously I don't know what's in my opponent's deck. I dare say we could have clawed that back, but we'll never know now. I can't see what we would have drawn into there either, because the client's frozen. Yeah, I think we did well there to stem the bleeding as best we could. We had to take a few hits to Ruric Thar. Would have gone for Reality Shift onto this thing so that we don't have Trample to worry about. And then would have Wood Elves for, what would it have been, a 4th land. Maybe got on a Death Toucher in the way with Acidic Slime, yeah. Not sure what I would have done at all there, but I think we might have pulled back from that one after being able to rely on the old Field of the Dead, as usual, in the Lands Matter decks. Pretty much the only thing we can go for in this deck after I take the combos out, like the, what is it called, Dark Depths and Stage combo are not in here anymore. Anyway, like I said, apologies for that. I'm as disappointed as you are with the outcome there, but hopefully you all enjoyed it anyway, us managing to tread water long enough to win that one. I'm tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching.